What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I am going to be giving you my week 3 update on the Tirzepatide GLP-1 and how I've been feeling in week 3. Also, we are going to get into my week 4 injection, which this makes 1 month of me being on the Tirzepatide GLP-1 from Freya. So yay, it's so great. Excited. I am down 10 pounds, guys. Like I said, this whole thing wasn't necessarily about losing the most weight. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, I wanted to drop the stubborn PCOS fat, which was about 10 to 20 pounds, I'd say. But I'm genuinely a thin person, a thin framed person genetically. It wasn't about, it's not a certain number that I'm looking for. It was about reversing my PCOS symptoms. Let's get into the video so I can tell you all about week 3 and all the amazing things that happened. I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot. So buckle up, get your tea, get ready, hit the like, subscribe button if you have not already so that you don't ever miss another PCOS diary episode again and that you can stay up to date with everything. But let's hop right on in. I felt, of course, nauseous on week 3, but I genuinely think that I started to regulate a little bit better. A couple things that happened during week 3 of my journey with this GLP-1 is that I was kind of traveling. Why that's important is because I did get my new puppy. So I will link her Instagram and TikTok down here in my description of this video in case you want to keep up. She's the cutest thing ever. Her name is Max. Well, it's Maxie Blue, aka Max, but I wanted to include her in this because week 3 was just like transformation and manifestation for me. I don't even know how to explain it, but there are a few cool things that just happened. The first one being that my period came back. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but if not, go back and watch. In the earlier episodes, I talk about, one of the symptoms of my PCOS and in general with women who deal with PCOS is that you have very irregular cycles or menstrual cycles. For me, it's always been like that since I was growing up. I maybe had 3 cycles a year. What? If that. Then there was a period where I went on to birth control, the IUD, which was Mirena, had that in for about 6 years or so. And then, or 5 years for the Mirena. So around college and a little bit afterwards. And I took it out afterwards and have been naturally regulating my hormones since then, which is where the PCOS kind of came into play, right? So with all that being said, my cycle has never been consistent. It's always been really regular. That's never been anything off for me. Like, I've always been used to it being completely irregular. However, when I did start my PCOS journey in these last 3 years, or 4 years now, I went and saw my endocrinologist, which when I was following her regimens, my period did start to kind of regulate. It would come for like 2 to 3 months at a time. But then anytime I got really stressed, which, side note, if you run any business or in any type of sales or entrepreneurship, then it can get really stressful. So it was regulating, but it was still not completely, I hadn't had it for more than 4 months straight. That was still like the record-breaking consecutive time frame for it to come. The only other time I had it consistently before then was when I tried Inositol. This was from Tallene, which she's great. She was honestly the first influencer that I ran into online from Instagram. I saw her on YouTube as well for PCOS, and I got her supplements, and when I took them, lo and behold, especially the Inositol, I would take it my cycle was coming back consistently. So I stopped that just because the endocrinologist I started to see wanted me off of all supplements. She said that they're not natural, they're not FDA approved, if they're coming from online, yada, 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 yada. Which is why, guys, it's really important to find the right provider that listens to you and isn't just too hung up on their way of doing things. Because I do believe that that's the type of doctor or physician that I was dealing with. It's like my way, highway, but at the end of the day, it's your body, and you know your body best. And you know that if you're not getting this sufficient enough help from doing their ways of treatment, then at some point you have to look in the mirror and say, when am I going to be my own advocate, right? So all that to say, you know, the GLP-1 has brought my cycle back. Yay, I am excited about that. I think I did already update you guys with it in a prior video before this. I'm just remembering. But that was one thing that happened. And I will say, as far as the cycle, the GLP-1 cycle, meaning, you know, my menstrual cycle on the GLP-1, for those that didn't catch that. But it has been very different than any period I've had. It has been unique in the sense that it's not as heavy, it doesn't hurt as bad, but I do still feel really, really tired and have been. I think I'm on day 4, so been pretty tired. The nausea is still there, but again, it's still my fault with just my regimens and working out and eating my nutrition. So side note, again, I will be taking that really seriously this week since we are starting week 4. So 1 month in, it's just now or never. So I did get into the gym today with my good friend and a trainer. Period. I may be bringing you guys along the ride with that, but I will be definitely adding 2 miles a day into my cardio. Just 2 miles a day on incline treadmill is what I'm probably going to go ahead and do, or a minimum of 1 mile. And then Pilates maybe twice a week, working on weight training maybe 4 times a week, and then cardio every day. On the side, I will be doing my ClassPass, dance class, hobbies, because I do want to get back into dancing and really just like explore that creative outlet of mine and get better at it, because I do know that it helps with so much more than just physical coordination. And my heart loves to dance, so that's my basic like my goal workout regimen. Okay, that's what my week's going to be looking like on the repeat. Now getting there, you know, I've been giving myself some grace because I've been moving back and forth, been traveling, having, you know, family, but yeah, walking in this week with that, so I'll keep you guys posted. Coming back to the reason why we're here, so we had the first major update being that the GLP-1 brought my cycle back. I got my puppy, my dream puppy, and she's just a perfect. The last thing is that I lost the 10 pounds, which I didn't realize I lost 10 pounds, guys. That is, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of freaky, because I lost 10 pounds in 3 weeks and I haven't been working out. So that just shows you that like the GLP-1, if you are on it or if you plan to take it, this is the transparency that I guess people can get misconstrued, and it would scare you, right? It does make you not want to eat. Okay, you will lose weight regardless of if you want to or not. If you are consistently taking it, that's what it does. It's an appetite suppressant, right? You're not gonna want to eat. For me, the first couple weeks were just, I genuinely was not interested with food. Even the thought of food, just, it wasn't like anything I had experienced before. I love food, me. And food just genuinely, it makes me so happy. But that changed when I took the Tirzepatide. It's like all my favorite foods I don't care about anymore. But I do realize that when it's closer to injection day, I start getting hungry again. So that's going to be interesting, especially when I'm in maintenance mode. And for those that don't know what maintenance mode is you're not taking the Tirzepatide or the GLP-1 anymore or as often. You're just maintaining, you know, where you where you are with your current results or your results at that time. But I'm presuming my maintenance mode to be somewhere between month 2 to 3. I will have to wait for my physician to give me the green on that. But yeah, it will make you not want to eat. So be prepared for that, my friends, because I don't think actually anybody can really prepare you. It's just something you have to experience. But it's not terrible, just as long as you are, you know, one with your decision in starting the GLP-1 and you remember your reason why. Then when all these little kind of maybe freaky things start happening, like, oh, I don't want to eat anymore, oh, I'm only eating 1 meal a day in full, then you remember why you started this and you remember that it's normal. So with that being said, you cannot not eat, right? Because you're already not getting a lot of nourishment from not wanting to eat. So you can't not be intentional with not eating. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, I did. What I mean, in other words, is that you're already eating significantly less than you would be. You have to be very intentional with what you are consuming if you want your body to keep its nutrition, right? The nutrients that you need, you still need them. You still need them, all right? Just because your body doesn't want to eat anymore doesn't mean that your body doesn't need the vitamins and the minerals that, you know, come from food. So what I have been needing to do is to actually get on my supplements, and I have them in my Amazon cart. I'm gonna go ahead and order them tonight, but that goes hand in hand with the working out. It's lifestyle, you know, you have to be on top of eating. For me, my macros, I'm gonna be consuming between 120 to 130 grams of protein every day, because that's the amount I need to like basically tone up. Protein's really good for like midsection anyways, outside of GLP-1 when you're training. So my goal is, right? But I will keep you guys updated this week. And that is pretty much, you know, the week 3 symptoms update for Liv. Definitely let me know if, you know, you guys are seeing any of these same symptoms or how you're dealing with them, because I genuinely love hearing from y'all. You know, it makes makes me feel like I'm not alone on this platform. And of course, if you need any help navigating, you know, making your decision to start a GLP-1 or help with understanding anything about your PCOS, you can always shoot me a comment or a message, and I'll be glad to point you in the right direction or, you know, suggest things that may have worked for me. But keep in mind that I am not a medical provider or professional, and none of the stuff that I'm sharing on my channel is medical advice. Okay, guys, this is simply just my experience firsthand that I'm sharing with you for those who can resonate and take it and, you know, apply it to help. All right. So if you like this video, drop a thumbs up. And again, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do so you stay up to date. But I will see you guys in the next video for the week 4 injection. Peace out.